Hello.
We're here together in the real world.
This is really, truly very cool. It's our new COVID normal that it's a cool thing to actually be together.
I know. It's true. And we're going to have Elise joining us, and we're so excited to talk to her a bit. Elise McCall is the artist on Rebirth, and we're obviously huge fans of her art, and she's a great collaborator.
Yeah, Elise has been with us since the beginning. Like when we started kind of concepting this, Elise was an artist that came on our radar, and we were so thrilled when she, came to be a part of the project.
Yep.
So we're just waiting for her to come on.
And when we first had our first call with her, we knew, like from that call, that it was going to be a fruitful collaboration. You could tell a lot from a Zoom call.
Well, yes.
I mean, I
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
There she is. Let's see.
I think. There we go.
God.
Yeah, you did.
I'm still pretty new to this. Allison's a pro.
I don't know about that.
Let's see.
Semi-pro.
Hello, Bayfield.
Yeah.
I hope you're staying warm.
Represent. Hey, it's Elisa Sealing.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay. How do I flip this?
There.
Okay.
We've all been there. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you guys too. How are you doing?
Good. It's our dream that one day all three of us will be in the same room.
I know. That would be so nice. I know I've been wanting to come down and visit. That would be a good time.
Please come down.
Oh my gosh.
You're welcome to visit.
That would be so special.
We have some futons available.
I think it's funny.
On them.
I think it's funny when we talk to, when I talk to people and I'm like, most of our collaborators, we've never met, including our closest collaborator, which is you. That we've done everything on Zoom, and otherwise it just feels like we've gotten this level of closeness. So seeing you in real life is gonna blow my mind.
You're either gonna be much taller or shorter than I anticipated. That's how it always works. I'm like, oh, you're so small/big, no matter who it is.
Yeah, it's always a surprise.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's funny enough, Zoom has been really helpful in that way, because we started talking on Zoom and having these extended conversations about Rebirth at the beginning and during most of the 2020. So it's not like we were seeing many people anyways. So it was a nice thing to be able to kind of have people to talk to and do some creative things to kind of distract the mind from all the doom scrolling.
It did.
Yeah. Well, really, I mean, we talk about it a lot. It's just the idea of this collaboration really did everything. We would get on these Zoom calls and we do it bi-weekly and it was all of us and in various times, and share the work that was being done and just share just whatever we were going through, and it became this amazing retreat in the middle of what we're all experiencing right now.
My kids would be like, how long are you going to be on this call? When I would get on, because sometimes they would go for hours.
Yeah.
And they would be like, it's lunchtime, Mom. Just a minute. Just a minute. This is my one thing. This is my space.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, that it was a retreat, even though Rebirth itself is its own commentary on dystopia and a lot of the same, and climate change and all the things that we're kind of dealing with right now. But I don't know, there's something kind of cathartic about being able to go into a space and deal with it in a meaningful way rather than just dealing with fear and anxiety.
That's so true.
So true. So speaking of Rebirth, I would love to know, when you kind of got our proposal and we started talking about it, what brought you into the project? What drew you in? Because you have done some really amazing work. Obviously, we're huge fans. So we were just so thrilled to be working with you. And so I'd love to hear from your perspective what it was that made Rebirth stand out.
Yeah. No, I remember when you guys sent me the script, I was just so taken by it because I felt like it was really unique, very like singular vision of like this woman going through it, you know, and she was I just I was really drawn to her character and this kind of weird, almost like surreal headspace that she's in, you know, especially in that first issue where she's struggling to make sense of a kind of senseless world. And that's, you know, it speaks to me because I think it's very it it speaks to the times, you know, and I sometimes feel that way too, where I feel like life is just kind of exploding around me and I'm just somehow like walking through it all.
Yeah, so true. I don't know how to say it any
That
better.
was really beautifully
Nailed
stated.
it.
Yeah.
Well, what from an artwork perspective, what's been like some of your favorite stuff to draw on Rebirth?
Oh, yeah.
That's
No,
such good questions.
yeah. Well, I love when I get to draw May being really brutal and, you know,
We love
intense
that too.
and yeah, I mean, it's so much fun to just like, especially as she's coming into her power more and more and like regaining her powers that she had. It's like she's almost like it's like new to her, and so I love drawing her with her fire and you know the kind of typical stuff I bet you'd assume that I'd like because it's like I love action. I love kind of um, you know even some like the violence that she's capable of, but like you know is she still trying to like make sense of it and
Yeah.
yeah. But then I also have found, I think we talked about it before, I like drawing horses
Yeah.
in the second
Yes.
issue. I was like so surprised because I've never like been a horse person particularly, you know. I mean, I don't have anything against them, but like when you know, the second issue, I have to draw May and everybody riding horses a lot, and it's like this is actually really fun.
And you're very good at it. And I was actually on a web thing on Friday talking about drawing, and the artist was like, "Oh man, it always gets ruined with a car or a horse," and it made me think of you because you obviously had to draw both, a lot of horses, and you made it look really easy.
I guess I just love, you know, like animals and organic forms. I will say cars are definitely a challenge. You know, like the mechanical stuff, like cars and cities and such. I can be like, oh man, let's get through this. And but you know, in the upcoming issue, in issue 3, there's a lot of city. You
Yeah,
know, and
A lot of city.
I actually think it looks really awesome. I was actually surprised at what it was able to do with it, and then
I love it.
seeing the previews of Hillary's colors.
Who is here
Oh
with
my God.
us? She is
Hillary.
here as a spectator.
Hi, Hillary.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you on here too, Hillary.
Yeah, don't worry, your turn is coming. Yeah, her colors and I mean, obviously your ink. So I love it. I think it works really well as how seductive the unity is. Why
Yeah.
people buy into this? Why people might be laissez-faire about their rights because they're being given all of this. And so I think it functions the way it should, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I think we talked about early on how, like, with like cult thinking and cult like stuff, like, there's something that is, you know, like, people don't join a cult, you know, like, that's the big, you know, saying.
Yeah.
It's like you're brought in by something else, you know, and I think in this world, it's a lot of like that technology, protections, a sense of safety and security, and, you know, making this really kind of technological marvel of a city, I think is important to show that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and we are really excited because issue 3 is coming together.
Finished.
It's almost finished, and we are going to just kind of, this is kind of clunky, but I wanted to show a little bit, like, let's see if we can do this. This is our issue 3 cover. I'm going to be posting this as well, but do you want to talk about it a little bit, and then we'll post it, and then people will be able to kind of get a better look at it. But we love it.
Yes. If you can't tell from the cover, issue 3 centers on Sky, which is such a fun and exciting.
Yeah, no, and that was totally my feel, like, as I wanted to we talked about like who should the cover be, and we did a couple different iterations, and it really did feel like Sky was like this. It's very much we're in his headspace learning about this world, and I really connected with Sky during his issue too, because he was so, like they'll see, the readers will see, but it's so, he's in such a kind of almost his own dark place, and it's a little like hard for him to express it, like how do you express discontent with like a society, with a cult, and he's just kind of going through it as well. And, it parallels May's experience, but in a different way, a different point of view. And I thought that was kind of refreshing. And so like the cover there is, meant to try and capture that kind of almost like spiraling in falling into this descent of just chaos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you nailed it. I mean, I think that this cover really took my breath away. I mean, they all have. So, but I think this one really, because being able to be focused on Sky in this issue and see the unity and get into the city and kind of like see the draw of it. It's just, I'm so excited every time we build out this world and like all the potential of where we can go with it. So now you are working on issue 4.
Yes. It's like fun thing. I just finished pretty much all the inks last night, and I have I have to do some more detail stuff, but I'm excited to, chat with you all about that too.
Oh my God, that's
some
exciting.
I was gonna say.
I know, surprise.
I'm excited to see some fights. That's it's thrilling, and I this isn't really technical, but Sky is such a heartthrob in this issue.
I saw him in a whole different way.
I really wanted him to be like, I think we don't see a lot of the like the handsome stud, in these kinds of stories. Because I mean, it's really dope. We've got like this, badass female pro tag and such. But yeah, I mean, we need like her partner to be like up there too.
And he is.
Yes,
and,
he is.
Some eye candy and also some emotional depth, but and
yeah, I know, that's it.
But yeah, I'm excited to share it with people. And, it's really exciting. It's funny because I was talking about issue 2 recently, and that feels like the past. I'm already moving forward with 3 and 4 and getting enthusiastic and excited about sharing it with people because we do some cool stuff.
Yeah, it's exciting, and we're we'll be doing our Kickstarter for issue 3 and 4 in mid-March is what we're looking at.
Ooh, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're
finally like a good date in mind.
We're having some Reborn summits this week while we're together. But we're really excited about that. And I know you've been working a lot on our stuff, but what else are you working on? Is there anything else that you have going that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, like in my free time, I'm always like doing all sorts of kind of random art projects and such. But I've started a webtoons series with my husband, who's a writer, and so it's called Postmortem, and it's like a cyberpunk paranormal action adventure. So it's a real blast of a time. And yeah, I mean, if anyone wanted to check it out, you can always go to my the links in my bio, lead you to where you got to go.
How many have you done so far?
I've done 2 episodes for it, which, kind of equates to about 10 pages, of a comic, So I'm excited to dig into that too.
Out. I'm so excited. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I'm
glad we did this live.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty fresh. We started it started releasing it last month, and hopefully, with time, I always am juggling multiple things, so it's, finding time to do it, but I'm excited to dive into it too.
I'm so excited to read it.
Well, we are so grateful that you joined us today, because, you are another key piece to the Rebirth universe, so we appreciate that we can share this with you, and we're really excited about the future.
Yes.
Not the Unity future. That seems a little bleak. Our future,
will be.
Our future is good.
Well, thank you so much for having me too. This is really fun. It's nice to
Okay,
just,
that's
you know,
enough.
I love seeing your faces, you know, it's the very familiar thing.
Exactly.
I'm not usually this close.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where the internet is best. So that was the priority. All right. Well, have a wonderful afternoon and we'll be talking to you very soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.